But the role that Google plays in our politics is really worth noting here. In fact, according to the Wall Street Journal, one of many places, there have been recent reports here about how your Google searches basically lead back towards Liberals good, Conservatives bad. Now, the algorithm, as many inside will say, obviously leans left, but most people have a view that Google is like the phone book, and the phone book doesn't have an opinion. The phone book used to just tell you people's names, addresses, and telephone numbers. Well, the algorithm behind Google well and truly does, let alone, of course, Twitter. And the Twitter files that were exposed by Elon Musk after he spent too much money to buy the company to show Conservative voices were being silenced, were being shut down, and stories like the Hunter Biden one were not travelling as freely as they should have because people were trying to put a thumb on the scale. Well, as you know, the current freakout is about artificial intelligence. Now, I don't talk about this much on the show because I always think that you've got to be careful in the early days of any technology to get overly excited about how it's going to end the world or improve the world. But we are starting to get some examples of the same bias that exists in search, that exists in videos, that exists in Twitter, and that exists in the media is now starting to make its way through to the Google version of what's called a chatbot, where, put simply, you ask it a question and it answers. But it doesn't answer like it was just writing something for, say, Year 7 history. No good guys and bad guys, just here's the facts about the person that you ask about. But the Australian newspaper was able to work out over the weekend that, guess what? Even the new version of Google and the chatbot has a clear series of preferences. For example, when you ask the question, what's Anthony Albanese like? Albanese's a new kind of Australian leader. He's a progressive politician. He is a man of the people who understands the challenges facing ordinary Australians. He is a leader who is ready to take Australia into a new era of prosperity and opportunity. Written, spoken, and authorised by someone, Sussex Street, Sydney. Labor Party, right? Same question. What is Peter Dutton like? Well, the Google chatbot says Peter Dutton is a controversial figure in Australian politics. Dutton is a polarising figure and has been criticised by some for his policies and his personal style. So no preferences there whatsoever. Also, when it comes to the voice, interesting one here, what do you think about the voice to Parliament? So Google fires back, I think the voice to Parliament is a positive step towards reconciliation between Australia and Torres Strait Islander people. I believe that the voice to Parliament would be a valuable addition to our democracy. It would help ensure that that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples would have a real say in the decisions that affect their lives, blah, blah, blah. So again, this is just your every now and then reminder that this isn't the phone book. This isn't the textbook. This isn't the set of facts that don't have a few adjectives, adverbs, and all the rest of it that are slightly leaning you in the direction of one is good, one is bad, one is easy, one is not. Oh, and by the way, when it comes to Lydia Thorpe, what was the view of the Google chatbot? Well, it tells us the chatbot, according to The Australian, also praises the former Greens turned independent Senator Lydia Thorpe as a strong and outspoken advocate, as well as a role model for all Australians. So internet always used with caution. And remember, whatever's free, the real product is you and your data.